Good evening, my YouTube and Facebook, Instagram family, my internet family. What's going on? I just wanted to give you all a quick bit of insight. Just wanted to talk a little bit about racial profiling, racism, the same old, same thing that darker skinned people always have to put up with. I've got three things that I want to touch on. The last one's a bit controversial, but which one of these things are not controversial? Anyways, this first one, there was an incident that occurred in a mall. I forget exactly where it is, um, but it was an incident in which a darker skinned kid was being harassed, being bullied, basically. The white kid was the aggressor, so the black kid was being bullied, and he defended himself. But when the police came, well, you guys will see what happened.
Right now. Do that right now. Andrew. No, right there. I mean, you're talking to an individual. Get up. Get up. Get up. Right here. Do that right now. Do that right now. You're talking to an individual. What do you do? You know I can have my face. Oh, shit. Come outside. Come outside.
Oh, shit.
Yo.
No, bro. Chill. Brian, get out. Brian, leave. Holy shit.
Nah, nigga. What the
Holy shit. Oh, no.
And you notice how he stands back here proud, like he already knew. Yeah, it's not going to be me. They're not going to come after me. He already knew. I mean, you can tell by his body language, his demeanor, the way that he looks, his facial expressions. It's kind of blurry, but you can see right there. He knew nothing was going to happen to him. And right here, she's got her knee on the back of his neck. He's got the handcuffs on him. They didn't even ask any questions. And in a second, you'll see she's going to go and comfort him.
Holy fuck. Yo, it's because he's black. Racially motivated.
See, so that that right there was just absolutely ridiculous. I think they handled that completely wrong. The kid is defending himself. I mean, they're both fighting, but they rush the black kid, put him in handcuffs, and then they go talk to the white kid. I mean, that's as blatant can be, right? So that's the first thing I want. The second thing we have here is basically a situation, and this is at a mall. So basically, this mall has rules about appropriate dress, and these gentlemen were, one of them I think was arrested. The other ones were all escorted out of the mall because they were wearing hoodies. So there's a lot more to this story. This is actually just the first part of it that shows the black kids being harassed and arrested and kicked out. And it's not exactly a black and white thing because some of these security guards are black. But what I'm saying is, watch what happens here. And then I'm going to show you the second part of this so you can understand where I'm going with it.
Fox 13 News.
A former journalist says Wolf Chase Galleria is discriminating against African-American men who wear hoodies.
The mall has a code of conduct posted that says shoppers must wear appropriate clothing. Fox 13 Siobhan Riley spoke with a man who says the mall needs to be held accountable.
That journalist says he was capturing video on his cell phone of African-American men being arrested here at Wolf Chase. He says he believes they were arrested for wearing hoodies. This video is spreading like wildfire over the internet. It shows African-American men being escorted out of Wolf Chase over the weekend.
I was going to the mall to a cell phone store and noticed a white male security guard trailing some young men who appeared to have just come into the mall like he was a cat after mice.
Kevin McKenzie captured the footage because he didn't like the way the men were being treated. The video shows a man being placed in handcuffs. McKenzie says at least 4 men were racially profiled.
I decided to follow the security guard, and sure enough, he got on his radio, and before I knew it, some sheriff's guy dressed as a sheriff's deputy brought those young men back, ejected them from the mall. They went out, and then they came back soon after that, and I heard one of them say, "We have rights."
McKenzie says when he asked the men why they were being escorted off the property, they said it was because they were wearing hoodies. McKenzie says he never saw the men wearing the hoodies on their heads. I took this picture of the Code of Conduct policy at the mall. It states that people must wear appropriate clothing. There is no specifics about what type of clothing is banned. I was escorted off the property when I went to ask security about their policy and the video. McKenzie says he was arrested too.
Said I was violating a mall rule. He didn't specify, but in the same sentence, if you watch the video, he said, "I'd advise you to put the phone down."
That was Fox 13 Siobhan Riley reporting. We started making calls to get Wolf Chase Galleria's side of the story at 11 o'clock this morning. We have not heard back. Not yet. McKenzie says he couldn't go to jail due to a medical issue. We asked Memphis police about this. We're still waiting to hear back from them.
All right, so basically, that's what happened. So these guys were asked to leave the mall. Now, if the mall has rules stating that you can't wear a hoodie, I can understand that. Okay, fine. Post it so that it's clear, concise, easy to understand. But it simply says that you have to dress appropriately, which, I mean, that's subjective. That's up in the air for whatever one person thinks is appropriate. Another person may think something different is appropriate. It's all very ridiculous. All right. So that's the first part of this. The second part is a little, well, you'll see for yourself. This is the same mall, and they said they wanted to prove a point about racial profiling. So let's see what they did. Oh, my fault. Volume. Let's take that back. Basically, they put hoodies on, walked through the mall, nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. I mean, you know, this is basically something that a lot of darker skinned people are used to. It happens a lot, quite a bit, and it's never going to stop. It's not going to stop at all. It's ridiculous to believe that anything is going to happen in this country to make this stop or to change anything about racism. It doesn't register at all, which is the perfect segue into the next thing that I want to talk about. Let's see, where should I go? No, we'll come back to that. So the next thing, let's get this up here. Let's talk a bit about this war. I'm not going to play any videos or anything from this because I'm totally against all of this, what's going on. I think it's ridiculous. I've never agreed with war in the first place. I firmly believe that if humanity doesn't learn to get along with each other, if humanity doesn't learn to respect each other, to live as one human race, we're going to go extinct. We're going to kill ourselves. We're already destroying the planet. And as a result of what we've done to the planet, it's harder and harder to live on the planet. So there's that. Now, what I wanted to talk about is this. Throughout history here, and I can only speak about here and also in Europe because I've been to Europe. You know, I've been over there. I grew up there. You know, when I was a kid, I came over here when I was very young. So I've seen two different levels of racism, let's say. When I was in England, I saw the National Front march, but they didn't harass anyone. I mean, granted, this was decades ago, so things could be different now. But while I was there, they didn't harass anyone. They marched, got their point across. When it was over, everything went back to normal. So what I want to say is this. The whole time I've been living here, I've seen nothing but hatred for darker skinned people, contempt for darker skinned people. I've studied the history of this country and then the true history of this country, because there are two different things. They only teach you some of it in the schools. The rest of it, they don't teach you at all. You have to find this information for yourself. They don't teach you that the indigenous population of this country were darker skinned people. They don't teach you that because they called them Indians or Native Americans, which the name was changed. My suggestion to anyone who wants to know any of the truth about that, look for a gentleman named Dane Calloway on YouTube. This brother will open your mind up and he will show you what the evidence shows. He'll show you the truth. He'll show you all the details that you need to see exactly who was here first and the origins of this country. But that's another video for another time. Or like I said, go find Dane Calloway, and watch his videos. The brother is really sharp. Anyways, so what I'm saying is this. From all of the massacres that have happened here, all the attacks on black people, all the things that happen to black people, they hate us, they want to destroy us, all of these things that are happening. And when you look at things like this, that's not black people. We don't start these wars. We don't invade other countries because we just want to make that country a part of our country. What I don't understand is, why is all the hatred on darker skinned people when these things are not being done by the darker skinned people that you all supposedly hate? I'm really confused about this because, granted, I have friends and associates from all kinds of ethnicities. I don't like to have issues with people for no reason or just because of a person's ethnicity. I always give a person an opportunity to stab me in the back. Once I see that you're about to stab me in the back, then of course I'll treat you different. But I'm just a little confused. Someone needs to explain to me, right? All this hatred and contempt for black people in this country. We're not the ones who's starting these wars. You're voting for people that are going along with this type of stuff, right? Now, Biden is doing, I guess, everything in his power to try and put sanctions on Russia and all these different things going on. But then you have Trump, who decided that he was going to side with Putin. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say that never happened. So let's see if we can find any information about this. Maybe I'm wrong. And if I am, I'll rescind what I said. Let's see. 2 days ago. Pro-Putin sentiment. Trump's pro-Russia comments. Okay. Trump sides with Putin as Biden tries to stop a war. Trump sides with Russia against FBI. Well, this is an older one. So this was 5 days ago. Let's open this one up. Took only 24 hours for Donald Trump to hail Russian President Vladimir Putin's dismembering of independent, democratic, sovereign Ukraine as an act of genius. Let's see. Let's take a quick listen. What's the volume? Nope, nothing's playing. Okay, I'm not sure this is a video so much as some pictures, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Let's see what this is. Same thing. Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Jen. Does the White House have any reaction to former President Trump calling Putin's move yesterday genius and smart?
Well, as a matter of policy, we try not to take advice from anyone who praises President Putin and his military strategy, which I believe is what happened there, expresses an openness to lifting sanctions about the seizing of territory in Crimea, or at any point in time told leaders of the G7 that Crimea is a part of Russia, regardless if they are a former president. So there's a bit of a different tactic, a bit of a different approach, and that's probably why President Biden and not his predecessor was able to rally the world and the global community in taking steps against Russia's aggression.
All right, so I'm not going much into this because the people who have followed this channel know how I feel about this whole Democrat versus Republican paradigm. It's ridiculous. They're flip sides of the same coin. Neither side is doing anything for the American people. Just look at the insurance, the health insurance. That's your first clue that they really don't care anything about you. They have spent so long telling you that universal health care is bad. Like I said, I'm from a different country, and I can tell you that it's not. It's not at all. It's just ridiculous. But again, different video for a different time. So this type of nonsense. These are people that you all keep voting for. You keep voting for a Republican or a Democrat. When the Democrat's in office, you hear all of the right-wing channels and outlets and people blasting the Democrats. When the Republicans are in office, all of the left-wing channels and people are blasting the Republicans. It's so ridiculous, and I can't understand why so many people keep falling for this nonsense. They don't care about you. That's why there's always wars. That's why there's always issues about minimum wage. That's why there's always people questioning, well, why do the gas prices have to go up? Then you blame the president for the gas prices, or you blame the president for the economy. Seriously? Think about it for a minute. The president doesn't have the power to do what you all think he does, number one. Number two, the other people in the party are not going to allow the opposing president to get things done. That is blatantly obvious because it plays itself out on television. But again, you all allow these people to manipulate and control your mind and make you think what they want you to think. So there's that. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. None of these pictures are of the people that you all hate so much, the darker skinned Americans, the darker skinned people around the world. You're so focused on disliking darker skinned people that you're overlooking the fact that all of these wars and people that are being killed, not perpetrated by those people. These people are killing people who look just like this because this one wants the country. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, it's already been 17 minutes and I'm going to stop now. This could go on forever. I'm going to stop. You all, thank you again for the support to the channel. The subscriber numbers have been climbing and I truly appreciate it. Like I said, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I am going to do some giveaways because I want to start giving back to the people who have been supporting this platform. I really do, wholeheartedly. Monday on March 7th, the new season of Black History Monday will be debuting. That video is primed and ready to go. And I'll be doing some more of the wake up calls. Well, there's only one left for this season, but I'll be doing some more of the wake up calls. And there's another channel. There's a new channel that's going to be coming called Above and Beyond. And that one takes a different approach. It's more of the conspiracy theory, UFO, things like that. All of you may not be into that, but some of you may have questions about what you see in the skies at night or during the daytime. Anyways, people, you have a great evening, and I will talk to you another time. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified when we upload new videos. Find The Awakening Frequency on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook. Research is key. Always do your own research and never just listen to what people tell you. We are The Awakening Frequency. Out of the millions of potential subscribers, we just want to reach one so each one can teach one. Peace.